Well, my friends, nice to see you. My name is Tiffany. I have the honor of leading the Friday yoga class. We will start now and then we end at 2, but I will give you a 5-minute warning in case you have to run off and get to a 2 p.m. meeting. Don't worry, you won't be late. I'll give you plenty of time to get out of here. Come join me back in your yoga space. If you have yoga mats, that's wonderful. If not, just try to be somewhere that doesn't feel slippery. And we're going to come on down to our hands and our knees, tabletop position. When we arrive on hands and knees, we'll take a moment to really situate ourselves safely. Hands under your shoulders and usually knees under your hips, but that'll be Yogi's choice today. Allow the tops of your feet to fall flat and start to press into the ground. So let's exhale as our first breath together today. Press and round your back towards the sky, a full exhalation into an angry cat position. Allow your body to fall, your belly comes towards the floor, your tail and top of head rise. Inhale here for cow. Next exhale, let's round our backs, press the floor away again, use the tops of our feet to really press down, and try tucking your toes on the next cow. I like to tug a little bit through the bottoms of my feet. 2 more rounds with the breath pace that you're enjoying. Tops of feet pressed down. 1 breath per movement will be our goal today. Inhale, cow. As you exhale, round your back, look towards your stomach. Find a really scary cat shape. Lots of hair sticking up on your back. Drop your navel. Lift your chin and let's pause here in this cow pose. Take a little peek over your right shoulder. Drop your nose back down towards the floor. Peek over your left shoulder. Come back towards the floor, eyes down, puff your back, angry cat and hold. Tuck your chin all the way up towards your chest. Take a peek under your left armpit. Peek under your right armpit, stretching the backs of our necks here. And when you're ready, come to neutral, back flat. Everything is stacked here. We're flipping 1 palm or 2. Palms will face up. Palms are any direction that feel good for you. Fingers can face one another. I prefer to swivel mine to face my knees, so join me if that feels good. 1 or 2 palms, you decide. We're just gonna move a little bit side to side here and really work on waking up our wrists. Especially if you tend to be typing all morning or you're gripping a mouse. If you drive and you grip a steering wheel, or maybe you are typing on your cell phone, anything that you're doing with your wrists can be very tiresome for them. So let's breathe some life back into them. If you just did 1 flipped palm, please unflip that one and try the other. So you'll notice maybe that I've started moving in a circle. You can just go straight left to right. I like to get back into the hips a little bit, taking another breath in at any pace and fully release that breath. Let's sit back onto our heels and the tops of our feet when you're ready. Give your wrists a soft, very slow shake out. That's a lot on the wrist, isn't it? You might like to make a fist and give them some small circles to release as well. Go both directions if you did that. Let's rise with our arms up and overhead. Pull down into goalpost, awakening our shoulders. Scoot your elbows forward and your fingers back like you've created a shelf under your heart. Shoulder blades, scoop it skywards. Press your palms together in front of your nose and drop your chin and elbows down, rounding your back again. Inhale, rise, arms up and overhead, big V. Before we continue, yogis, if you get tired sitting on the tops of your ankles like this, feel free to readjust. You can sit right on your buns and cross your ankles. Goalpost on an exhale. Inhale, elbows forward, palms back. Feel that lifting up under your heart. Next breath, we press palms and forearms round into a little ball. I'm adding 2 more on. Rise and shine. Big breath to the sky. Fill your body. Hold your right wrist and tip to the left side as you exhale. Inhale, stretch back to the center. Open shoulders, relax them down. Exhale, hold your left wrist and tip to the right. Big breath in, rise and shine. Both hands swivel to your right thigh. Let's peek over our right shoulders. Twisting everything from the tops of our heads down through our navels. Spinal twist to wring out some tension today. Arms rise. With an inhale, please really fill up all the way down to the tips of your toes. Exhale, hands fall left. Lever a little bit with your hands against whatever you've landed on. Peek over your left shoulder. One more round, yogis. Let's do it all again. Come to me. Big breath in. Exhale, palms fall goalpost. Scoop your heart to the sky. Next breath, press everything together. Round and open the back of your body. Rise and shine. Big breath. Hold your left wrist. I'm very tricky. I'm switching sides on you. Lean to the right. Rise again. Hold your right wrist. Come to the top. Twisting to the left. I'm going to keep you on your toes with your lefts and your rights today. Don't ever worry if you went to the wrong side. It's okay. Everything you're doing is the best you can. Big breath in. As long as it feels good, it's right for you. Twisting to the right. Come on back. If you made it all the way through sitting on your heels, kudos to you. That's tough. Back to table. And if you did, you deserve a drum roll. It's going to take a second to let all those tingles make their way out of your toes, so be patient. Let's tuck our toes when you feel ready, and we're just going to pulse our hips straight back. Knees stay down. We're pulsing hips straight back to heels, working on bringing some breath, warmth, and length into our Achilles tendons and the backs of our ankles. Feel a little bit of jazz on the bottom of your feet too, right? Your toes are a little happier, right? Let's try 2 more, yogis, and then the option will be either just to stay back or lift your knees, bring your chest towards your thighs, and stay in this crouched position for a moment. Really working on bringing that breath into the back of your lower legs. One more time, huge breath in. Breath out. Let's release into child's pose. Tops of feet come flat. Wide or narrow knees, yogi's choice. Arms reach overhead for everyone. Extended child's pose. Let your left temple fall to the ground, looking under your right armpit. And start to paw a little bit at the ground here. See if it feels good to tent your fingertips for more energy in the underarms. Eyes look under the left armpit. Staying extended in your arms, stretching out through your neck as you breathe. Full exhalation. Let's release our eyes back down to the center. Press palms flat, lift to table, tuck your toes, and rise when you're ready, downward facing dog. We might like to dial our index fingers out just a fraction of an inch to each side, giving you more spaciousness in your collarbones. Whenever we get to a shape, do what feels good. Here we might be swaying in our hips, bending and straightening alternating legs. You might be looking around again, working through your neck. I love to shimmy my shoulders. A little celebration that we're able to get into this position today. You might want to shimmy your hips side to side. Do what makes you feel lit up with energy and happiness, yogis. Once you've found stillness again, take a peek towards your thumbs and gradually tiptoe walk all the way up into your forward fold. Let's really hang heavy here. You bend your knees as much as your body is requesting. We want our hamstrings, back of the legs to feel good. But let's get heavy in our heads. We want to feel the blood rushing down. Feels a little heavier in your sinuses and your cheeks, right? Hang on, just breathe here. Straighten your legs any degree by gently gliding upwards with your kneecaps. Pull them into your thighs. Option to hold opposite biceps or possibly your forearms and give a little swirl around the corners here. Elbows spinning towards your heels. One more breath comes in, and as we exhale, yogis, let's make our way to the top together. Fingers might want to fall back to the earth, And maybe they even slide up our body, making contact with our finger pads or nails. Very stimulating, very loving and kind. Stretch your fingers to the sky, jazz fingers, jazz toes. We want to get some energy in our phalanges, energy in our little toes. Lift out of your heels, move around a bunch in your ankles, maybe in your wrists too. Everything that we do is a celebration that we have these amazing able bodies that we woke with breath today. Thankfully. Here we are together. Big breath in, heels rise, stay tall, stay taller, stay the tallest you can possibly be. Wobbles are invited. This means we have pushed out of our comfort zone. Good work. One more breath. You can still wiggle your fingers, but I bet you can't wiggle your toes now, can you? It's very hard to do. Heels melt. Clasp your hands behind your low back. Push the heels of your hands together and slightly soften your knees. Open your chest a bit wider. Left to right, east to west, breathe in. Wrapping knuckles around the left side body. Stepping left leg behind and tipping over to the right side. Now you decide, we can keep chest forward, tip here. Might feel better if you open your chest to the sky and lift out of your low back. Breathe where you feel sensation. I'm hoping in your right shoulder and down through your right outer hip. One more breath in. Come back to center, eyes to me, unstep. Take the hands super wide as you possibly can. We spend a lot of time in, yes, driving, reading, typing, and working. Let's just get big today. Beautiful work. Drop shoulders down. Keep the arms where they are, but send your right ear up and over. Wrap right arm around your low back. Press your forearm in. Feel your shoulder there. Might need to lower your left arm. We want to feel a little extra on the neck and shoulder. Oh, I found a good spot. When you do, stay there for a moment. Beautiful. Come on back. Open arms wide. Left ear comes up and over the left shoulder. Left forearm around low back. But let's really push it in, yogis, and down so we feel some sensation. And if you feel great, stay. I like to move through my right arm and find a better spot. Oh, good work. Breathe and really open. You'll know when you feel it. All of a sudden you're like, oh yeah. Like those old Twix commercials. Back to the center. Open wide. Be big, be bold, be brave. Clasp your hands behind your low back. Opposite thumb on top this time. Well done. Wrap around the right side body. The best you can. Right leg steps behind a little curtsy, and this might be enough. Outer hip. Okay, let's lean to the right. Big breath in here. Good work, yogis. Take another big breath in. When you come back to the center, stand to your biggest, widest, longest, and tallest. Lift out of your heels if you can. Scary, don't think too much, just go. Be brave and do it. Heels melt down, fingers float to the floor, unclench your toes, wiggle your fingers, soften your facial features, forward fold. Let's take an in-breath together and begin to move. Slide up your shins. Bring your body to a halfway lift, chest and belly parallel to the floor. Exhale, float back to your forward fold. Right leg, a lunge back. If you'd like to get something soft, I'll ask you to kneel in the beginning. You can place it under your kneecap for extra comfort, or if you don't have anything, don't worry. You can just take your mat and give it a little roll, only if you need that. Hanging out for a second here. Option will always be to move or stay still. You make a decision in every position, what's best for you. Shift your hips back, yogis, pulling your left toes towards your nose. Let's really tug back with our sits bones, keeping belly in and chin gliding towards your left toes. Staying as you are or walking your hands to the left side, just a little twist outside our left calf. If you took that challenge, I'm going to invite you to try to bring your right shoulder to your baby toe. Just keep tugging forward in that big twist. Next inhalation, come back to the center. Shift to your low lunge and elevate your right knee. Let it be lifted. Lift from the back of your knee to the sky. Move around. Bring your kneecap back to life. Downward facing dog. Let's press our palms flat. You might like to visit tabletop or child's pose before your down dog. Do what feels good in your body. Wiggle if you wish. And on an inhalation, let's roll forward, plank, shoulders over wrists. Knees can tap down on the diagonal from your shoulders. As we chaturanga, we lower ourselves into the mat. One big breath in, peeling shoulders back and down. Hug them in a V to kiss your spine. Toes stretch wider and further away from your crown. Hover your hands. Give them a little jazz. Wiggle here and a wiggle there is very freeing. One more squeeze, kissing into your spine with the tips of your shoulder blades. Press back, child's pose, everyone. Hips to heels, knees as wide or narrow as your body enjoys. And just pause for a second. Bowing the center of your forehead deeply into your mat. Pressing into your place of intuition, your third eye chakra. That pressure point can help us release our tense facial features. A little roll side to side over that chakra might feel really good too. Rise back to table, tuck toes, find your crouch if you enjoyed that earlier. Knees rise, chest pushes to thighs. Hips heavy, and then we lift them lightly on an inhale, down dog. Next inhale, right leg rises. Take a stretch to the sky and pause, yogis. Take your time feeling through your back body, especially through the back of your left leg. Look forward, find your thumbs, crunch right knee under belly, and step as softly as you can. Ready for a lunge? Okay, good. Join me. Soften into your kneeling lunge. You can always move somewhere that feels better for you. Get cozy under that left knee. I'm just going to sway a little bit here, like my favorite song is on the radio. Shifting hips back when you're ready. Hips towards your left toes, possibly lifting your right toes, but most importantly, we're going to try to square our hips. Squeeze right cheek towards left big toe. Gliding forward with your chin. Let's try to set it right on top of our big toe. One more big breath in. We like to aim for squared hips in some of our postures so that we really feel the stretch fully to each side of the tendons or ligaments or muscles we're targeting. Stay or move hands to the right, and if you do that, connect, energetically connect your left shoulder with your right baby toe. Keep twisting, yogis. Back to the center if you twisted. Shifting again, just bring your left knee up. Bring it back to life, a little bit of movement, a whole lot of attention. Focus your breath there, and when all feels good, spring your back leg forward into your fold. Next inhalation, we rise and shine a little bit more brightly than we did last round. Feeling that breath begin to electrify our body. Inhale, eyes up, yogis. Lift your navel, make it longer. Open wider left to right. Come back to me with your eyes. Lean to the right. This time, just tip over so much that your left toes rise, any degree. I have to move over a bit. Lifting and lengthening. My space is tiny. How about yours? It's okay. We'll make the best of it no matter where we are. Left heel comes towards your buns. Let's reach towards it. Can you grasp? All right. If you can, cool. If not, no worries. Just keep stretching to the right side. Quad stretching, star pose. Big breath in. Come standing tall in your star pose. Reach right fingers to the sky and connect your knees towards one another. Quad stretch only, but I'd like to give you a little tip to help you really feel this thigh. I'm going to turn to the side. Try, yogis, to tuck your pelvis under. Tailbone tucks down and then press into your left leg like you're trying to kick it straight. Now you feel a big stretch. Beautiful. If you're ever wobbly in your balances, find a wall or a piece of furniture that'll be really supportive. One more breath in, kick, 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 squeeze through the back of your body. Release slowly. That's intense on the knee, right? So give it a little second, maybe a little tick-tock, a little swing around. One more breath to the sky. Release the hands. Now, if you need more, you can swing your leg front to back. Always make sure you feel really good before we move on. When you do, arms rise, big star pose, tip to the left. You might need to walk right, depending on your space. So much tip that our right leg just pops right up. Keep leaning, find width, find freedom, find length. Right heel towards your buns. Reach back. Maybe this is where you stay today, just really giving it all you got in your strength and length. If you're able to connect, squeeze heel towards your buns. Keep leaning, one more breath. From star to standing quad stretch, knees connect. Left arm to the sky unless you're holding on for support. How about that little tilt, yogis? Tailbone down, like you're scooping water into your pelvic bowl. Beautiful. Kick into your right leg. That brings in the intensity. Beautiful. One more. Give it all you got. A big kick into your right hand. And then as soon as you soften to release, let go of that breath. Arms rise. Let's take another round of sun salutations. Breathe in. Like you're carving this big path of a sunshine. Breathe out, forward fold. Next inhalation, halfway lift. Fingers are super light on our legs, or they're reaching effortlessly behind us. Float down on the exhalation. Right leg steps back, your left leg steps back, yogis. Arms rise overhead, high lunge, big breath. Would you like to try the pelvic tilt here? A little tuck under, a little bend of your back knee will really help you breathe into the front of your left hip. One more breath. Left arm swims back and down, attempting to reach for the back of your thigh or the back of your left knee. Right arm reaching higher. Give me a little more. Open your stomach, open your ribs, reach. And as you windmill back down, take both arms in a huge circle. Left fingers fall. Right arm keeps climbing to the sky, twisted lunge. You are always welcome, yogis, to kneel if kneeling feels better for you. Take a big breath in. Eyes look back down, fingers fully release, framing your right foot, pushing back. Find downward facing dog in your time. Let's move a little bit in ways that make us feel very liberated. Nothing holding us back. Nothing preventing us from feeling like the very best versions of ourselves. Breath by breath, we will get there together. Roll forward on an in-breath, finding your plank. Exhaling as slowly as you can, connecting body with the earth, chaturanga, feeling indistinguishable from the earth. Toes walk back as far as possible. Fingertips come wide left to right, tent them down. Lift from the back of your neck and just push down through your fingers, but give a little wiggle, almost like dental floss, sliding forward and back into teeth. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your shoulders forward and back here. Release that wiggle, press again through your fingertips or your palms. Lift a bit more in your upper locust. Big inhale, keep pressing back with toes. As you exhale, sink into the mat, soften your back body. Press back to child's pose. And let's take a soft moment here, swaying in our hips. You can keep them high. I like to press mine back to my heels and then start to just really sway. Working out your low back tension. Maybe not fully out, but we'll hope to dissolve and shed some layers of that tension if it's there. Take as many more as you'd love to enjoy. When you're ready, shift hips back, child's pose. Tuck toes, find your crouch, or just shoot your hips right on up to downward facing dog. Left leg elevates, and let's stay for a moment just enjoying the sensation. We should feel hamstring and calf stretching in our grounded leg, the right leg. Can you breathe into that? On an exhale, eye gaze to fingertips. Crunch your left knee under your body. Step in between your thumbs for lunge. Rise high. Big breath in. Oh, it feels good, doesn't it? Can you sip a little extra? So good. Tuck your tail under, optionally. Gonna push forward with that right hip flexor. Really feel it. Your right knee will bend if you enjoy this posture. Right arm, swim backwards, a big backstroke. Find something on the right leg. I'm gonna reach all the way down for the back of my knee and then lift in the opposite direction with your eye gaze and your left fingers. Big breath in. Windmill your arms, yogis, 2 huge circles. As soon as your right hand gets down, your left arm swims to the sky. Twisted lunge. Let's squeeze through our inner thighs. Remember that hip scissoring we love to feel the best we can side to side. Top arm floats to the floor. This time we step forward. Have a moment here, hang heavy and fold, and clasp your hands or your forearms behind your low back. Tuck your chin to your chest. Give your head a little no shake, allowing tension to drip off of your hair follicles and the tops of your ears. Nod your head very gently yes to bringing in the best our practice has to offer. When your head slows down, press the heels of your hands together and optionally rise your knuckles to the sky. Now, if you have your forearms clasped, you'll just hang out there on your low back. Gonna rinse out some shoulder tension. When you're ready, yogi, sit deep into your heels. Sit back, bend your knees, chair pose, lift slowly so you don't get dizzy. Reach to me. Beautiful job. Hug your left heel up into your calf. Squeeze your heel up. Think of a hug, that's all it is. Calf hugging to shin, calf hugging to the back of your knee. Press it down, stay low, yes you can. Lift your right heel. Ooh, let some breath go. Can you stay longer? Yes or yes? I knew it. One more breath. Heel falls, on an exhalation, rise. Beautiful work. One more round of balances, last round of sun salutations. Left knee, rise to the sky, as high as you want to go, no pressure. Happy there? Okay, then open your toes, give a little wiggle, a little shimmy, a tick-tock, maybe a circle of your ankle. Come back to the center and press your left toes forward. Now, if you need some extra support, you can catch your leg. You can also toe to the ground, but we're just gonna go leg extending, big and bold here. Sweep it back to airplane pose. Can you pull your thigh bone up into your thigh so you don't hit the floor? Shift everything behind you. Hips scissored to square. Fingers, toes open wide, chin tucked. Eye gaze straight down under your nose. There's a mirror there. Just gaze at your beautiful self. Big breath again. Come forward. Try to pull the left thigh bone up, 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 up. Arms up. One more leg extension. Choose where your foot is. Point, flex, whatever feels great. Soften slowly. Don't let the arms go. Stay big. Let's extend the right leg a little bit. A little bit more. Beautiful. Give a little bit of wiggle. Tick tock. Open, close, circle around. Okay, hold steady now. Shift back. Airplane pose. Push, push, push. Pull high through your right thigh. Send everything back, squaring hips the best we can. Tuck chin, gaze straight down at that mirror and your beautiful, relaxed facial expression. Rise again, yogis. Yes, you can. Come on, push long. Bring your big toe to me. Push, push away. Soften everything as you exhale. Safety. Feels so good. Step a little wider. We're gonna take a yogi squat. So let's bring our hands to our hips. And just sink a little bit. Turn your toes out some, heels in some. Nice, this will be good for your knees here. See where you are. The higher you stay, the harder it is strength-wise. It's really hard. The lower you go, the more challenging it is flexibility-wise. So find something that is not your norm. I don't want you to always go to the same place. Find something new. I'm moving out of flexibility and into strength. This is really hard. So if you start sweating, you're not alone. Hang on, yogis. Breathe in. One more breath. And as you exhale, come to the position that feels most comfy. Well done pushing out of your comfort zone. Also, my friends, you can sit on something. So if you have yoga blocks or a pillow or a sweatshirt to give you support. We're going to try something a little funky today. Left hand to the inner right ankle. And I'll show you what to do if you're hanging out up high. You won't be able to do the same, but I'll give you an option. Right hand to the inner right knee. Now we're going to try to lean left. Get low in that left shoulder. Lean left and push away like there's something stinky on your right knee. Push away from it. So if you're up high, you'll want to just open your arms, twisting eye gaze to the right side. Breathe in. Breathe out, come back to center. Don't worry, we're gonna take a break. Turn your toes forward, lift your hips, hang heavy. A lot of work in your thighs. Breathe with an open mouth exhalation. Get rid of some of that heat. You can stay longer, yogis. If you need more time to decompress, please do. Yoga squats when you're ready. Are you ready? Yes, you are. You got this. Right hand, inner left ankle. So if you're going to stay up high, you'll just try to twist with arms wide open. Low, friends, hands inside your left knee. I snuggle my right shoulder down. The lower you go, the more you'll be able to really press your knees apart. And then softly peek over your left arm. Soften your jaw here. Take a big, beautiful breath in. Eyes down, hands down, toes forward. Lift your hips, hang heavy. Take a load off, yogis. We are in wider forward fold. We're gonna go one more big breath in the slowest exhalation to get us back to standing. Mindful that we can get dizzy if we go too quickly, so really take your time. Inhale to the sky. My opinion is that this is the best part of class. We're gonna have a seat. So how would you like to sit? Would you like to try with no hands? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna toe heel together into a closer yogi squat. Send my butt to heels and then open knees. Then I reach forward for counterbalance. Trying to always sit down with no hands is a really good mobility challenge. Woo! Sometimes we flop, no worries. Find a bound angle pose. Blade edges of feet together. Knees open as much as they can. And then shift around so you don't feel pinched. Any skin underneath your sits or tailbones. Now, if you feel unsupported here, put things under your body always so you feel loved and supported. Take a big breath in. Exhale. We're going to take a few circles here. Can you shrug your shoulders down on that exhale? Inhale, scoop to the left. Make a big body roll around the side. Once you're sitting back up tall, switch. Right side. Next time you're up tall, we're coming straight down, right over your toes. Fold and rise. Let's do it again. Don't worry about what direction you start in. Just move in a big, amazing circle for your low back. Switch. And I'd like to offer you a roll up. So we'll flat back down and then press your nose away from your arches. Roll to seated. Pull yourself up tall again. Let's try two more just like that. Breathe in one circle. You're all moving your own breath pace. Breathe out for the next circle. In as you fold forward, flat back. Out as you roll or continue hinging to rise. Last round, sit really tall here. Inhale, one circle. Exhale, I invite you to close your eyes, come within, block out that stimulation. Inhale, flat back fold. Exhale, round. Bring your heart and eyes back to me. Great job, yogis. Take your feet out, anywhere that you can just relax into your inner thighs. I like to give my knees a little jiggle and tick-tock my toes. You just want to get limp noodly in your legs so they feel fresh and ready to restart. Left leg bends in, right shin is in front. Optionally, you can stack. So you would lean back and stack your ankle over your knee. Right ankle, left knee. All right, wherever you've landed, move your sits bones back and prop up any way you need. Let's take some side bends. Right fingers down, left arm rise. Inhale, just float uncontrollably. You never stop lifting. Exhale, left arm down, right arm rises. One breath per movement, yogis, as long as you can make it. Release. Let's add a side bend if you haven't yet. We're going to start to reach over our ears, over our heads. And then a huge semicircle to switch, making our movements a bit more expansive as our breath becomes deeper. You might find that when you get to some side, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can come to my forearm. Maybe you're just bending your elbow a little bit and getting deeper. Big stretch up and over. Come on with me. Lower if you can. Optionally, adding on again, yogis. You can always stay with the first set. Sweep over, but then come forward to switch. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale. Big breath up. I love an exhale as you crunch down and sweep around the corner. That feels extra helpful. We'll try 4 more. Anything that you're enjoying. Last 2 here. Breathe in. And breathe out. And when you get all the way back through that last exhale, let's roll ourselves to rise. We'll lean our hands behind and just pause here for a moment. Notice, are your shoulders wide enough? Or do you think if you swivel your fingers out more, could you open left to right? Even more big. Feels so good. Let's switch our legs. So we have the right one on top or in front. Let's go left shin in front or left ankle over right knee. And if you're poking up, prop yourself up so you feel really cozy. Great job, yogis. Bring your hands to the front leg and boost yourself up really tall and scooch back with your sits bones. Okay, we're twisting this time. Hands move to the right. Lever, just like we started class with, sit really tall. And as you exhale, peek a little to the right. Let's inhale, rise taller through our crown. Exhale, peek a bit more to the right. 2 more rounds like this. Breathe in, sit tall. Exhale, ease to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist and stay. Soft, gentle breaths. 2 more here in your big twist. Back to the center with me, eyes forward. Let your hands go. If you used your hands a lot, your shoulders may feel a little stiff and cranky, so just give them a shrug. Maybe a floss forward and back. All right, lift and lengthen. Exhale, start to walk hands to the left side, whatever you're finding, lever against it, whether it be the floor or your supports or a leg. Eyes peek a bit over your left shoulder on an exhale. 3 more rounds. Let's use breath, yogis. Inhale, taller. Exhale, looking more left. Inhale, growing, connecting with breath to elongate. Exhale, easing deeply into our twist. 1 more round, a little helpful breath, getting us deeper. And anywhere that you land, let's take 2 really soft, steady breaths here. Mindful that we've created a little maze in our bodies, so it takes our breath a while longer to figure out how to get through. Slowing down is really helpful as you twist. Soften your jaw on that last exhale. Maybe even part your lips. Inhale, back forward, hands come behind us. The more we open our fingers, the more our chest and shoulders will become broad. Give yourself a little shake out. Legs come undone. If they're stuck, use your hands. But otherwise, just jiggle, tick-tock, move. Woo, getting some pops. How about you? That's nice, because organically, you've just created some space when you hear a little pop like that. Cool. All right, let's stay in a wide leg straddle. That's a very scary word. It doesn't have to be anything huge and painful. Just a little bit of a straddle, legs wide. Great. Now let's move our hands forward and inch our sits bones back. We want to inch them back enough that we feel a crease in our hips and we feel that we can fold forward. While we're folded, any degree, let's point our toes. Just check in with how you're feeling. Flex your feet. Same thing, check in. Do you like this one? All right, now which one did you like better? Okay, revisit that. Let's stay there and see if you can lower a little bit more. If you did land on your forearms, turn your palms to face the sky for more widening on the front body. One more big breath in, yogis. Coming back to seated, you're welcome to change the setting of your feet at any time. We're going to take our right hand to our left thigh, or perhaps the floor if the thigh is too far away. Big side bend here. Lift left arm skywards and reach over. And I love to use the thigh because we can press ourselves into a deeper twist. Same with the floor, but on the floor, you're going to pull yourself into a deeper twist. Eye gaze may come skywards. Breathe in. And then swivel the arms. Left comes down, right comes up. You're just lifting through the arms and the eyes. Chest and belly here. Hips will stay grounded. Breathe in. Come on back down. Let's switch arms. Left fingers are either going to push into your right thigh, or if they find the floor, you'll pull. So we want to try to twist and swivel in our bodies. Right arm rises. Lean to the left. And then let's take a peek upwards. Search for daylight past that right elbow if you can. Come on back to the center and drop your right arm behind you. Just lift. Left arm just like a helium balloon floating to the sky, but your nose, your throat, your belly, and your pelvis, they all follow. Everything feeling a little lighter now. Release hands behind you. Okay, you can stay where you are, or we're going to try to scoot forward 3 times max. 1 is great. Okay, here we go, yogis. Hands back. Take your feet and flex them. Let's lift our hips an inch and scoot them forward. Ready? Lift, scoot. Oof. Okay, so right away we might have felt a little bit in our thighs, right? If it's enough, stay. If it's a little but you think you can handle more, let's try a scoot again. Lift hips, whoosh, scoot forward. 3 is the max. Do you have another one in you? Okay, let's go. Lift your hips, scoot forward. When you get there, you know you found your spot. There's not much you can do from here. So you're feeling intensity in your inner thighs, yes? You can point or flex. If you can, you fold, but otherwise you just kind of hang out and breathe into the sensation. Offer a quiet moment to yourself. Soften your face. Close your eyes. The windows to the world. Let's just close the shades. Releasing stimulation. Welcoming the darkness. Let it envelop your eye sockets. Let your eyes drop a little further back and down in your skull. Big breath in. Full breath out as slowly as you can make it. Blinking your eyes back open. Welcome back. Hands lean behind you. If you feel stuck, you use your hands, but otherwise we'll try to let our legs do the hard work. Close your legs. It's easy to say and hard to do. All right, once they get in, yogis, feet as wide as your mat is left to right, like 3 feet. And soften your knees to the right. Let them soften to the left. Woo, release your outer thighs. They worked hard in your straddle pose. Congrats. Just give it a little windshield wipe here. Next time your legs get to the right, please stay. We're going to need to scooch our buns around so we feel really settled in our 90-degree knees. Okay, great job. Hands on either side of your right knee, and you're just falling forward, a modified pigeon to begin today. Shift your navel over your right knee the best you can. Lengthen on an in-breath. Exhale, slowly bending elbows, or perhaps softening all the way down to the floor. Working on stretching out that right outer thigh that just worked so hard. Bow your head, chin towards your chest. Try to let your nose hang lower than your heart, giving our parasympathetic nervous system a chance to catch up, maybe even take over, so we begin to rest and digest. Moving away from the fast pace of our sympathetic nervous system, fight and flight as we go, go, go. Let's take another big breath in here. We have more pigeons. Don't worry, yogis. I know it wasn't very long there, but we're going to exhale to rise. Lean back, and let's modify the left side. Maybe you need a swish or three, whatever feels great. Next time you land left, stay for a while. Let's shift around so we feel like we don't need hands to sit. We're really feeling stable. Navel twists to the left, and we're going to try to target our thigh. Let's lay our belly like a big, heavy blanket right over the back of a couch. And since we're slowing down in our postures today, I encourage you to slip back inwards. Close your eyes. Come to that place of stillness that is always inside of you, no matter how frantic and chaotic life around you may be. Just come with it. One more in-breath here. During the exhalation, support yourself to rise. You've worked hard. Bring your hands under your shoulders, roll to rise and lean back. We'll do the same thing on the other side again, or when you get to the right, you can move as you need if you need a break in between. Option this time to extend the left leg behind us for the full version of pigeon. And don't worry if you're not taking it, because we're going to lie and do the same thing in a minute. So you will have an opportunity, I promise. Once you arrive, let's twist a little bit to the right. Begin to soften down. This one might be a little smaller if you chose the big pigeon version. But if you feel really great, round your shoulders, tuck your chin, coming into a surrendering position within your body, allowing your mind to follow suit and just release a bit. Going for 2 more really slow breaths in here. One more, yogis. Take your time here. Full exhalation. And our inhale will puff us back up with pride. Let's use our hands for support to help us rise. Lean back, bending both knees again. Maybe you're swishing or shaking out. Coming to the left when you're ready. Revisiting this modified 90-degree knee pigeon. So great, isn't it? Oh, love it. Or you can extend your right leg for a bigger version. There's no trophies at the end of class. It's just every shape is, how do I want to feel? How do I feel best? Does this feel good enough, or do I want some more? When you found the answer to that question, we're going to twist just a tad. Left belly comes over the left thigh, and start to make your way down if that feels good. Drop your chin, rounding through the back of your neck here. Wherever something feels enjoyable, or maybe you're feeling some energy tingles, you're feeling a sensation of some sort, take all of your attention, all of your breath right into that area of your body. Let's try 2 more breaths. Finishing your full exhalation and using the power of your next inhale to climb back to the sky, doing whatever your body is craving here. So we're going to take a steeple knee. When you're done swishing around, a seated steeple knee. And for those of you that can stay a little later in class, we get all the line goodies next. In your steeple knee, we're just bringing our knees inwards, feet wide. Looks like a steeple, right? Okay, and then open your heart to the sky. One more big breath in. Bring heels back under your knees. Hold on to either your thighs or your shins. Walk that flesh out from underneath your tail and sits bones. And then let's round our backs again. A little curvature of our spines. Tail might tuck under, chin might tuck to chest for the bigger version. Sit tall on an inhale, close toes and knees, and wrap right forearm around your shins. Left fingers press you tall. And then we're swiveling one last time for the crew that needs to leave at 1:55. We're going to twist on each side, and then it'll be time to bid you farewell. Big breath in here. Exhale, come back forward. Switch arms. Left hand wraps your shins. Right hand boosts you really tall, and your eyes glance over your right shoulder. Twists are great, really energizing, very detoxifying, so hopefully you feel ready to get back to work after this. Come on back to the center, big inhale. If you're staying, exhale, roll your angry cat back down flat to the floor. If you're leaving, roll your exhale around the corner into tabletop. Find that crouch. We're just gonna rise like we did earlier. Lift your knees, find a forward fold and roll to rise. I hope you have a fantastic Friday. Namaste, my friends. For those of you staying with me, we're reclining our pigeons, the best of the bunch. Bring your knees to your chest and give them a little squeeze from any spot. Rock side to side to massage and energize your lower spine. Maybe you want to circle your knees. Oh, it feels good. Do this as long as you need, especially if you encountered a little pocket of tension. You can just sit on it. Rock to that one spot, kind of hang out for a moment. Might feel it bubble away or dissipate a little bit. Okay, so when you're ready, we're gonna recline our pigeons. Right foot flat, left ankle over right thigh, and push away on that left knee. Use your left fingers here. Let's reach around the right leg, one hand on either side. You can keep your knee bent and hold your shin. I like to straighten my right leg and then I'll hold my thigh. So here we are, reclining our pigeons, soften shoulders down. If you're connected, left elbow to left knee, push again on that inner thigh, opening up through your hip. Take the time, yogis, to be super grateful for your amazing bodies. Grateful that you can get down on the floor and stretch like this. It's no small feat, and our sense of gratitude will take us into life happier than ever before. The tiniest things that we don't become aware of every day are sometimes the most significant. Just being able to get here together is a blessing. Spread your arms really wide and let your knees fall. Feet uncross. Let knees fall right to the right side. A little shift through the low back. Eyes look left to keep you grounded here. A tiny spinal twist. Big breath in. How high can you float to your navel to the ceiling? And as you exhale, eyes to sky, knees to center. Switch. Both knees to the left. Eyes to the right. Again, floating, so huge, yogis. Breathing in, lifting your belly. See if your navel can touch the ceiling. Exhale, eyes to sky, knees to sky. Well done. Let's bring right knee to chest. Ankle across the left thigh and right fingers, or maybe your palm, push that knee away from your heart. Breathing in. Reaching around the left thigh. One hand on either side. Your options again are shin or left thigh. And let's pull close. Legs towards your chest. If you're connected to your right knee, keep on pushing it away from your shoulder there. Lots of spaciousness to breathe into. Chin tucks towards your chest, so the back of your neck is very long. Breath comes in and out. One more big, beautiful breath cycle here. On your exhalation, let the arms come wide. Let your legs uncross when they're ready. And steeple them together as you lie here. You might love a little windshield wipe in this position as well. Knees can swish to the right side and the left side. When you find a side that feels particularly heavy, roll right over to the fetal position in that side, cradling your head and your bottom arm. Taking a moment to acknowledge the symbolic nature of this posture, the death of our physical practice, but the rebirth of our spiritual practice, bringing our yoga, our breath first philosophy into every interaction we have today. This top hand will press you down, we'll press down and press you up. We want to rise. Come on around the corner to any position that feels nice. Take a moment just to adjust to being back upright. Breathe in. And as you bring your hands flat again and we roll to that crouch, to that forward fold, and ultimately to a high extended mountain pose, know that this inner stillness, this sanctuary, is always with us. Peace means to be at ease in our heart and mind no matter what's going on around us. So now we know we have the ability to drop in deeply anytime we need it. Breath by breath, yogis, doing the best we can. Chin tucks to fingertips, a little prayer position, a sign of gratitude for your practice. My gratitude is to you for allowing me the honor to lead you. I'm humbled by you, I'm inspired by you, and I admire you. Namaste, yogis.